Good morning, YouTube, or good afternoon. It's 12:41 here where I'm at, and I just want to review my Sig Sauer P238 HD. I do carry it in this holster sometimes. Depends if I'm wearing a suit or if I'm just wearing a hoodie and I toss it into one of my pockets. I also use it with this holster. Not sure what these holsters are called. Maybe you guys can tell me. I forget. I just bought a generic one at the store when I picked up my Sig, and this works pretty well. It works very well actually with jeans. Just toss it in right there, and I carry it appendix style, and it seems to work. Carry it appendix, it fits, no problems, covers everything nice and neat. All right, pull it out. It's ready to go. This is loaded for all you safety Nazis out there. I'll unload it for you. The safety was on anyways. Okay, now it's completely unloaded. This gun will not fire unless you first depress the safety and then fire. This is a 1911 style for those who don't know, and I really enjoy it. I've shot about 150 rounds through this gun. No issues whatsoever except one issue, but that was my fault. When I shoot, I tend to put my thumbs like this, and then I accidentally, as it came back, the slide, my thumb accidentally pressed this up and it stayed stuck like this with a round like that. It wasn't the gun's fault, it's completely my fault. But you live and you learn. Just a few things about this gun. This is the original Sig mag that came with it. It only comes with one mag, unfortunately. I bought a second mag to go with it, but you guys can see there's a little tiny difference in the mags. Actually, my bad. My bad with that one. This is the original Sig mag. This is the spare mag that I bought for it. Even I couldn't tell until I looked in the bottom and realized I did not have the Sig mag installed inside of it. But this is a Colt Mustang mag. The Sig P238 is modeled after the original Colt Mustang, and the mags work perfectly fine in each. I'll show you a demonstration. I carry the Powerball as well as the critical defense. Both work fine in this gun, no issues whatsoever. So this is the original Sig Sauer mag. Feeds perfectly fine. This one is a Colt mag. It's not as refined, I think, as the Sig mag, but it works. And if you notice, the Colt mag, this little part sticks out right here more, as opposed to the Sig mag, which sits a little bit more flush. I don't mind, I don't care, it is what it is. But just to give you an example, I'm going to cock the hammer back, put the safety on, just to show you how it feeds. Perfectly fine. Now again, it's clear, no mag. Take the safety off, and pull the trigger. Now, like I said, 150 rounds of FMJs, no issues. If I can remember correctly, I shot Fiocchi, I think it was, or Blazer, or CCI Blazer. Very dirty round, whichever one I shot. I think it was Blazer. Very dirty round, but, you know, shot flawlessly. I have yet to take apart this gun fully. I don't think I want to. By taking it apart fully, I mean not just the, basic field stripping, which I'll go through right now. You want to, there's a little pin right back here that holds, well, this is all, this slide stop ends up right here like a regular 1911. So what you want to do is align that little half moon. This is really hard to do on the camera, looking through the camera, but here we go. Fit it right through that little half moon. And there we go. Just want to pull the slide right off. And it comes off. You gotta be careful, if not, that will happen to you. Here's the guide rod, the spring assembly, and the barrel. Just lift and pull it out. Little baby 1911, that's what I like to call it. That trench, I guess it was done to remove, some weight from the gun. Pull out my handy dandy Emerson Mini A100, just to point this out. Just to show it off. I don't really have to use it, but I want to do it. So a little trench right there. I have no idea what that's for. I guess it's just to cut out, just to save some weight. I don't care about weight. I wish they had left it as it is, but whatever. It is what it is. Doesn't hinder the gun anyway. Now it is a little dirty now. Didn't do that good of a job at cleaning it, but whatever. So yeah, that's the slide, and that's the frame. I have some grease in there that I put, some of my own grease that I use. Now this is a polymer trigger, and this is a polymer mainspring housing. I don't like that. I wish Sig had used, some aluminum or steel on there, on both parts. But again, for saving weight for weight issues, I guess they didn't. I would rather have had, this steel and this steel. But again, it is what it is. It doesn't really harm the gun anyway. It doesn't cause any problems. It's just an aesthetic thing, I think. But by a complete takedown, I mean, you then take down the screws, take the grips off, and once you take those grips off, there's the trigger assembly right here that you can remove. First, you have to punch this pin out, undo the assembly, and then take the trigger out through the frame. And I like to build things. I'm good with my hands, but I don't like messing with my guns like that, because my dumbass will probably not know how to put it back together, or break something, or mar something. So, for the sake of that, I don't do that. And to remove the mainspring housing, you have to remove the safety, remove the hammer, and remove this, and then remove the spring, the housing. I would love to change it, but looking at some of the videos on YouTube of people doing it, I don't trust myself doing it. So that's just gonna stay how it is, unless I can find a smith to do it, but I'm not sure if that would void my warranty with Sig Sauer if I have that done aftermarket wise. So to put it back together is just taking it down in reverse, put the spring in, there we go. Oops. Gotta remember this step first. You have to make sure the holes are aligned well enough. And then put that right through there. There we go. Careful with the idiot mark. You don't want to scratch the frame. So I'm just going to lift it just a little bit. Align it right there. Careful not to scratch your slide either. Align the holes. And put it right in. There you go. Gun works perfectly fine. So yeah, I had the Spartan version of this gun. Sold it a few weeks after I got it, sometime earlier this year. Regretted it. I didn't sell it because it was a bad gun. I sold it because it was too beautiful of a gun, and I felt bad using it and carrying it. So figured why have a gun that I feel bad carrying? So sold that one, and later on bought this one just recently, within a few weeks, like a few weeks ago. Saved up some money, bought that, and I feel better carrying this gun. It's the same kind of gun. It's the same Sig 238. It's the same HD version because the Spartan version is also an all-steel gun. The regular 238 comes with an aluminum frame and a steel slide. The HD and the Spartan versions both come with steel frames and steel slides. But like I said, that gun was way too beautiful to be carried, and I'm at a point in my life where I can't afford to have safe queens, or range guns. So all the guns I have right now are what I can afford and what I can carry, and don't feel bad carrying. I'm a law student right now, don't make that much money. So my guns need to be, one, economical, and two, I can, carry them and shoot them at the same time and not feel bad about doing either. Later on, once I become a full attorney, I'll afford the $1,000 Sig P220s and 1911s that I like right now for use as a range gun, but for now, or hiking guns, but for now, I just stick to this. And I do have a Rock Island Armory 1911 Compact, which I have yet to review, but stay tuned and that review will come. I just have to go shoot it a few more times and carry it. So, this gun does come with night sights. I don't know if you can see that. They do glow nicely. They don't glow as bright as I would have anticipated, but they get the job done at night. Yeah, I have nothing more to say about this gun, except that it's a beautiful gun. I love the rosewood grips. Absolutely love them. Don't think I'll change them out. I bought the hoe grips, but I don't know, something about having this style with the stainless with the black parts and the rosewood, I kind of like that. I really kind of do. I love the Nitron version with the rosewood grips, the all black with rosewood. I love that. But like I said, not a big fan of aluminum frames. I know Sig Sauer is known for doing really nice jobs on their aluminum frames, but I'm not a big fan. I've had Sig 226s. I've had the Sig P220. Sold them when I used to work before law school and could afford to buy them. At the time, I sold them because I needed the money like an idiot. So I regret those sales, but whatever. Life happens, and it is what it is. I will get them back, though. Mark my words. So yeah, this is a Sig P238 HD. Beautiful gun. I highly recommend it for anyone who is in the market for a concealed carry weapon. I love Sig 238s. I trust my life to them. I like them better than I like the 938. I've shot a 938, and it's just extremely snappy. It's not much bigger than this. It's almost the size of a Glock 43, I would say. Just about the same size. Heavier than the Glock 43, of course, because it is an aluminum frame on the 938 with a steel slide. I don't think Sig makes a 938 in HD as of October 31st, 2015. I know in their 2015 catalog they did show something like that they would. However, I have yet to see it in stores or on Gunbroker or on budsgunshop.com. Mind you, this was purchased on budsgunshop.com and they shipped it to my FFL. And yeah, I've had no issues with Buds. I've actually had good dealings with Buds in the past, and I like them. Buds, if you're listening, I would love to review more guns and, put you on my review, and hopefully you guys can send me stuff to review at the range. I'm no Hickok 45 or Nothing Fancy or any of the other great gentlemen on YouTube and ladies on YouTube as well who review guns for a living. I just started this, so, not there yet, but hopefully I'll get there one day. And hopefully also Florida allows me to have a gun range in my backyard, like in many states. Haycock, I love Tennessee. Might move there one day. If you're listening, I enjoy your videos. But yeah, again, my name is Patrick Morin, and follow, subscribe, like, and yeah, I hope to do more reviews in the future. Thank you and have a great day. One more note, this is a handkerchief, and this is a Hanks by Hank handkerchief. You can check him out on Instagram. You can check him out on Instagram, or just Google Hanks by Hank and it'll take you to his website. He does great work. I have many of his handkerchiefs, and they hold up really well. I really like them. Have a great day, guys and ladies.